The first time Michael ever thought about mistrusting his wife Adora, it was not because she gave him any reason. No, Adora had been nothing but loyal, gentle, patient, and supportive. But Michael had grown up watching men lose everything they have after their death, leaving their widows with properties that new lovers or greedy relatives snatched away. His late uncle's story burned deepest in his memory. The man had trusted his wife with all he had, but after his death, the family claimed she squandered everything with another man. Whether it was true or not, Michael never knew. But that fear stuck to his heart like a scar. So when his business began to blossom, he made a decision. All his assets would go to his mother's name. It's better safe than sorry, he told himself. It was during the rainy season. Michael had traveled to Onitsha for a business meeting. Please, don't drive yourself, Adora pleaded that morning, adjusting his tie. The rain had been so heavy. The roads are bad. Take a driver. Michael kissed her forehead. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I will call you when I arrive on Onitsha, he said. But that call never came. Hours turned into a night. The next morning, still no word. By evening, Adora's chest tightened with fear. She dialed his number endlessly, yet there was no answer. 2 days later, news broke. Michael's car had been found near a riverbank, doors flung open, wallet and phone missing. He has been kidnapped. No, it must be ritual killers or armed robbers. Rumors flew like dust in Hamatan. With no ransom call and no sign of him, people began to whisper the word Adora dreaded most: dead. For weeks, Adora refused to accept it. She prayed, fasted, and cried until her voice cracked. She still set Michael's food on the table at night, hoping he would walk in one day. But while Adora clung to hope, Michael's family acted fast. One morning, Mama Ifoma, his mother, stormed into the house with Michael's elder sister, Chinyere, and 2 of his brothers. Young woman, Mama Ifoma said coldly, pack your things, you cannot remain here. Adora's eyes widened. Mama, what are you saying? This is my husband's house. Your husband's house? Chinyere laughed bitterly. Do you have his name on any paper? Every property is in Mama's name. That means it belongs to us. Adora staggered back, shocked. What? But he built this house for us. Built for who? Mama snapped. You? An ordinary woman who we don't trust. Don't try to claim what doesn't belong to you. Pack out now. When Adora resisted, they came with policemen and legal papers. To her horror, everything truly was in Mama Ifoma's name. The lands, the houses, even the company, all gone in one stroke. That night, Adora and her children were thrown into the rain, carrying nothing but clothes stuffed in nylon bags. Adora rented a tiny one-room apartment in the slums with the little money she had saved. Her children, once accustomed to a comfortable life, now squeezed together on a mattress. Mommy, I am hungry, her younger son, Chibuike, whispered one night. Tears burned down her eyes. She had only garri and water. My son, manage. Tomorrow would be better. But tomorrow never seemed to come. Adora hawked fried beans cake to survive. Her hands burned from hot oil. Her feet ached from standing in the market all day. Yet, she pressed on. For her children. Neighbors mocked her behind her back. She thought she married rich. See her now, abandoned like a goat. Still, Adora prayed every night. For one thing, that her husband was alive. Far away in a forest camp outside Kogi State, Michael was indeed alive, but barely. Kidnappers had ambushed his car that night, dragged him into the booth, and demanded for ransom. But when none came, they grew furious. For months, Michael was beaten, starved, and forced to sleep on bare ground. At night, he thought of Adora and the children, his heart heavy, but then his mind would drift to his properties, and he consoled himself. At least they are safe in Mama's name. Adora would not waste them. It was not until one careless night, when a drunken guard forgot to chain his leg, that Michael escaped. He was weak, dirty, and rough. He wandered for days in the forest until a farmer rescued him. Slowly he made his way back home. It was dawn when Adora heard a knock at her door. "Who is that?" she asked weakly. "Ada, it's me." The voice sent shivers down her spine. She flung the door open, and there he was, Michael, skinny, bearded, eyes sunken, but alive. Adora screamed and collapsed. When she came to him, she hugged him fiercely, tears soaking his torn shirt. "You are alive! You are alive!" The children clung to his legs, crying, "Daddy!" But Michael's joy was short-lived. As he settled in, he noticed the shabby room, the broken chairs, the torn clothes of his children. "Adora, what happened? Where is the house? Where are the cars?" Adora looked at him with hollow eyes. "Your family took everything because you put it all in Mama's name. They said I have no right to them. We have been suffering, Michael. We have been suffering while you were gone." Michael's heart dropped like a stone. Rage boiled in Michael's vein. The next day, he stormed into his family compound. "Mama, Chinyere, where are my brothers?" They gathered, shocked to see him alive. "My son, you are alive," Mama Ifoma cried, pretending to be happy. Michael's eyes blazed. "Don't son me, you vultures. You took everything from my wife and children. You threw them into the streets while I was rotting in the forest. And you, Mama, you watched it happen." Chinyere folded her arms and replied, "And so what? We only protected what you worked for. If you had left it in that woman's name, by now it would be all gone." Michael slammed his fist on the table. "You fools! Adora suffered for me. She stood by me when I had nothing, and you repay her with disgrace? You showed me your true color. I was blind. The enemy was never her. It was you." Silence filled the compound. That night, Michael wept in Adora's arm. "I am sorry, Ada. I was a fool. I let fear control me. I didn't trust you, the one person who deserved my trust. And because of me, you and the children suffered." Adora stroked his head gently. Her voice was soft but firm. "Michael, I never wanted your money. I wanted your trust. Now you know what it cost to doubt love." The next week, Michael transferred all his properties, lands, houses, shares, and others into Adora's name. For the first time, she became the legal owner of everything he had worked for. But more than papers, Michael gave her something greater, his heart, whole and unguarded. Years later, their children would laugh about the time Daddy disappeared and came back from the dead. But for Adora and Michael, it was no joke. It was the story of a man who learned the hardest way that marriage without trust is like a house without a foundation. One storm can sweep it away. From then on, Michael never doubted Adora again, because sometimes, to see clearly, you must first lose everything.